Welcome to CV Hustle, the podcast created to educate, inform, and inspire entrepreneurship here in our Coachella Valley.
Hello, everyone. I'm Robert Mraz.
And I'm Fina Mraz.
And we are CV Hustle, the podcast dedicated to educating, inspiring, and informing local entrepreneurship here in the Coachella Valley. And today we got a special guest, Fina.
An illustrious guest.
That's right. We got a special guest. We got Josh Willis of the Carpet and Tile Care Company. Thanks for joining us.
Yep, thanks for having me.
So if anybody out there that's thinking about going into a home service-based business, this is the podcast you want to listen to, because we're going to have a lot of tidbits on how you even get into that industry. And then once you're in people's houses, how do you make sure that you have, repeat customers? Because it's not an easy thing to do. It's something that's not easily done. So we've got an expert here to kind of guide you in this. So Josh, thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me
today. So start at the beginning, man. We want to hear about Josh's story and
going way back.
Yeah, we want to go way back to elementary school. Are you originally a Coachella Valley native, or where are you from originally?
Born in Fontana, so kind of close. And I think we moved out here about 82, 83. My dad was a construction guy, and there was a construction boom going on. And,
there's lots of...
Yeah, a lot of building, and right there we moved at the bottom of the cove, La Quinta Cove.
La Quinta, man. You're
So
La Quinta native.
So you guys have been in the La Quinta forever.
Since the early 80s, yeah.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you ended up going to La Quinta High School, I'm assuming?
Yep. Oh, so they didn't have a lot of schools in La Quinta when I was younger, so Van Buren was my first school, kindergarten.
Okay.
I think kindergarten through second grade, and then finally they opened up Truman Adams when I was in fourth grade. So
moved on over there.
Yeah. So I was over there in Indio for a little bit.
An Indio school guy. Right?
Yeah, originally.
That's right. I'm an Indio guy, so he was one of those Cove kids that came. Everybody hated on at first. Had to prove himself because he was from a different hood.
Went to the Boys and Girls Club in Indio for a little bit.
We grew up together. That was a good place to kind of grow up. Cut your teeth over there.
Yeah.
So, So you're from the Coachella. So you're basically a native. You came here when you were probably really young, right?
Like 3, 4. Yeah.
So you've seen this place really grow, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's changed a lot.
Back when you were living in the Cove, I mean, there was nothing between Jefferson and Washington, right? It was desert, right?
Yeah, all deserts. Streets were all like pebbled and no drains, or the water would just go out into the desert, So now it's got Old Town. Now it's a lot of people. It's 10 deserts left to build up there. I mean, the houses are completely taken over.
They're like boom, 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 boom now. And it used to be like a house and lots of land and then a house.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's move it up a little bit. So you went to La Quinta High School.
Yep.
And you graduated from there. Mm-hmm. And then what?
So while I was in high school, my parents actually opened the Carpet and Tile Care Company. They actually were working for a company called Rapid Dry, who's still around.
I didn't know that.
So my mom was an office guy for Gary Ramey. Shout out to Gary. And Dean was a tech for him for a long time. And they were like looking around. And they're like, hey, I think we could do this. So they opened their own. And it was just carpets, and it was just dry cleaning back then. No steam. They just built it pretty quick. After a couple years, it was 3 or 4 vans running. I was working for them, and
so you were in high school and you were helping your parents out do this.
I would do it every summer. $50 a day. That was my pay. It could be 12 hours a day. It could be 14. I'm $50. That's what I got.
I got that slave labor wage on you, huh? Man.
What work permit?
Right? Well, they're your parents. You can't sue them. So.
I didn't pay rent, so it was all
balanced.
I liked it. It was fine.
It was all profit for you, right?
Yeah, there were some light days mixed in there, but yeah, $50 a day. But I got taught a skill. I got to get taught to walk into someone's house, not wreck the place because you're bringing in heavy equipment. There's a skill to setting up and talking to customers, sales, and setting expectations and executing, and it was fun. I got burnt out of it pretty quick, though. I'm not gonna lie. It was. I don't know, getting paid an hourly wage and day after day doing the same thing. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, so I think there's other things for me out there.
Yeah, real quick. So After a few years of working with them, I just moved out to the high desert and just did some odd jobs here and there.
So when you say the high desert, you mean like where? Yucca Valley or?
Joshua Tree, Morongo.
Oh, you lived out there? I didn't know that.
Bounced back and forth a couple times, but I love it out there. I mean,
it's beautiful.
I play music and there's a lot of stuff to do.
What
That
do you mean you play music?
I played a little music back in the day.
What do you
do? Guitar, a little bit of drums. Yeah.
All right.
Wow, so you're a little musician.
Long time ago. Yeah.
You're in a band or?
Just like a jam band.
That's okay.
We play at the Beatnik up there. It was like some.
That's
it's like
awesome,
an
man.
ice cream shop /
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was pretty fun up there. I had a lot of fun. I wasn't making a lot of money up there though. We had, so eventually I had to, call mom up and ask her for a job,
And was she still doing the same thing or what? Or
so they had actually broken up. So my stepdad and mom broke up, and with the divorce, they split the business. He got the tile division and she got the carpets.
So that's how did they agree on that? Or
Yeah, that's how they did
So
it.
that was kind of-
Yeah, they broke it up and they each went their separate ways. And when I called though, I asked, I need a job, Mom. And she goes, yeah, come on in. I just bought a payroll company. I was like, what? So
Oh my gosh,
I bought a payroll company. I need someone to run payroll for me. I was like, okay, that sounds awesome. I did not want to clean carpets. I'm gonna
nice
do this.
cushy office job.
This sounds awesome. And because I think she bought the payroll company because she couldn't do the work herself. So even though she had the carpets, she didn't have, Dean to rely on to do the work anymore.
Sure.
So she thought that, she can do payroll. So she bought that and she kept the carpets going. But when I got down there and started learning the payroll business, shout out Bobby.
Yeah.
And
Still in it.
I started to learn all the ins and outs of that. I saw the carpet vans just sitting there. They weren't moving. I was like, what's up with carpets? And she's like, oh, it's just been slow. She had some guy, Steve, running it as a family friend. And I don't know what was going on. I wasn't paying attention, but it was just sitting, one job a week. It wasn't very much.
Yeah, so.
But I was like, all right, that's fine. I'm just
But you
doing
had payroll clients that you were servicing for other businesses, right?
Yep.
So that was kind of.
Yeah, they would fax in their hours. I would get the hours. I'd put them in the software. The checks would spit out. I'd put the checks in a paper folder. I'd put the paper folder in
And then she would. So wait a minute. So because she used to run that part of their business, so she was comfortable.
Yeah. She was always the office person
yeah,
in
the
our
office
business,
person, right.
and then she couldn't do the carpets herself physically.
Sure.
So I think, when they split, she felt a little vulnerable, and so
Yeah.
she rolled some money into the payroll business.
And you go with what you know, and
Yeah,
and
I think the idea was to keep the carpets going, but I think it was tough. She relied on some people, and I don't think they were getting it done. But
So is that when you kind of?
What year are we talking about? Or is this after you?
2004.
You're a football. I know you from football, so I know you were a football player in college. When was this after your football career?
So that was
playing days were over.
Yeah, college was 98, 99. This was probably 2004, 2005.
So you're still relatively a
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
You're just trying to find your next journey, right?
At the time, I was just trying to get paid. I needed a paycheck. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Pay that rent, right?
Yeah, and I liked office work.
I was back to my mom's pad, so I had to pay rent, right?
Yeah, and then even in the older days, I used to bounce back and forth. I'd help my mom in the office, and then I'd help Dean out in the field. And I was like one of the only guys that could do both.
Yeah.
You had your hand in everything.
Yeah. I like the office work because you get a system down. The job comes in. Do the job, you complete the job, you mark if it's paid or not, and then you file away. Like everything has a step-by-step procedure, and I like that. So it was soothing for me when that job got completed. I was like, that feels good.
Get it off your plate.
So you're kind of being prepped to kind of be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I didn't know it at the time.
That point, because you're doing the office back end stuff, which we all have to learn how to do. When you take over a business,
it's easy to do it once, but you get a large volume. All of a sudden, things start to get lost, and if you don't have that system, it's
So you were
chaos.
training on that portion while you're still in the field.
Yeah, while I was learning the actual cleaning and the front end as far as dealing with the customer and sales and how to talk and how to do the actual, cleaning. So
Yeah. So you're a jack of all trades at this point.
yeah. I was, I'll help wherever you need. I'm jumping out and helping.
So you mentioned the vans that were sitting there. Was that kind of your little light bulb moment?
So was it
vans, or what was that?
It wasn't me. It was my brother, Jake. He came up with the idea. He's like, hey, we should buy the carpet cleaning company for Mom. She's not working it. It's just there.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way, dude. I like this job, dude. I like running
I don't wanna go
payroll.
back out on the
Yeah.
field.
I was like,
you also had to be like Monday through Friday. I mean, I guess your business probably still is now, but I mean.
yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you work a lot of hours. Okay, sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's okay. So he's on, no, we'll split it 70-30. He gets 70. He'll do all the work, he said, and I can just answer the phones and book the jobs.
Do the back end stuff.
And keep the payroll job. I was like, double my pay? Oh, that sounds awesome. Let's do that. Yeah.
Sure, sold.
Sure. I get to stay in his office. And yeah, it was good. And we did that. Started advertising again, got the business going again. We got booked for like 5 weeks out really quick.
Wait, I want to know what the conversation was with your mom.
Oh,
How do you go?
Yeah, that's a
Right?
Mom. I want to buy this. But
Yeah.
Can you give a kid a break here? Or
So we did it. The conversation it went like, what do you think it's worth? And she's like, I've been offered $100,000 for it right now.
Wow.
And
Ooh. Okay.
And I was like, that's not even moving. But she had the phone number. She had repeat business. She had 2 vans or 3 vans. And I was like, what's up with the family discount?
Take
And
payments.
she said she did. She gave $50,000.
That's awesome.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
Half
$1,000
price.
a month. No down payment. Just start paying her $1,000 a month, and you can have it.
No way.
Thank you, Mom.
Wow.
So that was
you did get that family
yeah,
discount.
yeah.
Does
so-
your son get the same deal?
Yeah, if you want, I'm trying to push him to something else, but it's there if he wants it, 100%. So
It's in the family, man.
Do you look back now and go, damn, that was pretty cool? How
yeah,
that
I didn't
came-
realize what was going on, but looking back, that was pretty monumental. to
And
get
you
that
also probably
business.
said 50 grand's a ton
Yeah.
of money.
I mean, at that point,
But I'm
yeah.
only 50% owner. I got me and Jake in it right at this moment.
Sure.
So we're splitting revenue. It's half. It was 70-30. Like, I think I got 30%. He got 70% because he's doing.
But once you started getting busier,
Well,
then-
he got burnt out fast. So we were hitting it, and we got all the customers
you gotta start
back.
coming clean.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, about, I don't know, a year in, maybe less, he's like, I need some help out here. I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? Like, we got to, so we'll do 50-50, and we'll alternate days. So on the days he got to stay home, he'd answer phones, and then when I was out in the field, he'd answer phones. So we split.
That sounds kind of like a sweet deal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as a kid. So what year is this? How old are you at this point?
This was 2007.
Oh, so you're still a kid.
Yeah.
Man. You're still
Yeah,
barely.
50% owner.
Yeah, you're barely out of college.
How old
Yeah.
were you?
You're still in your 20s, right?
Yeah,
At that
20,
point?
27, 28.
Wow.
Wow. So you're already a business owner at 27 years old. That's
Yeah.
because I mean that's pretty.
Yeah. No, it was good. I didn't plan on it, and it was working out because it was like
You were just
booming.
booked.
It was booked, and
Well, how did you get business if you were saying your mom wasn't doing
well, we did our old thing, advertised through Money Mailer. I don't know if you remember that. Thomas King. Shout out to Thomas King. I
remember that.
It's like Valpak.
Yeah.
Isn't that like
That's
the
still
penny
around.
saver?
Yeah, it's the Valpak's still around.
Valpak's around, yeah.
Oh,
Still
yeah, the
around.
blue
They
envelope
come in the
that comes
they come in the mail.
Yeah.
And you open them up. You get
Yeah.
coupons.
Money Mailer is a different company, very similar, the same execution. You can only have 2 carpet cleaners or 2 of the same businesses in there. I opened Valpak the other day. There were like 5, 6 carpet cleaners in there. So I don't.
They changed that rule.
Yeah. So
forget it.
yeah. So, but we, and there's. You didn't have to do the whole Coachella Valley. You can just do sections, which is nice because there were certain areas that you wanted to target. And,
Sure.
Higher end.
yeah, and like Sun City was nice because they're at the age where they don't want to do anything around their house, so they're getting those carpets cleaned in.
And then you can target those, right? Those
yeah.
you target those packs
Yeah.
and put them in the neighborhoods you wanted. So where did you learn that
From-
technique from? Was
from
that
my
something
mom.
your parents were doing?
Yeah. My mom's very good, savvy business.
So, okay, I'm still trying to understand something. So you had a payroll company named what?
I think it was Jay Leon's and Associates. It's still around.
Oh yeah, Jackie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jackie.
No way.
Yeah, shout out to Jackie. Yeah.
Okay, and so like But then you had the carpet, so you were answering like 2 different phones for 2 different businesses?
Yeah, but I didn't really answer a lot of phones for my mom's company. It came in through fax. I just did the numbers. I didn't do the front end on that. That was her. She was taking care of that. But I had a phone next to me that I would. You can forward the number to any phone, and I forward the business to the number right here. So I would just pick it up and carpet towel.
Double-ended.
Yeah, I
People
was
do
getting
that
paid
now
twice.
by working the kids that work from
love
home,
it.
and then they
Yes,
take
yeah.
You
I
were
read
doing that in the early 2000s.
I was. I was
like
loving it.
You're like a pioneer of that technique. Huh?
It was my favorite time working. I loved that job. It was fun. I went in there, just worked in the office. I got paid really well, and it was fun.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so then Jake needed help, so I had to get out there and start sweating again, and it was fun. We were rolling. It was good. And then 2008 hit, and it just stopped.
Real estate affects your business pretty heavily, right?
Yeah, and gas prices shot up. We're living in Morongo, and
you're still up in the high desert.
I was driving back and forth.
I was going to say, so was most of your business down here in the desert?
All of it, yeah.
All of it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't you guys advertise over there if you lived there?
We did a little bit, but it's not the volume up there. It's
yeah.
very slower pace of life.
Okay.
Dirt street. It's hard because the roads aren't paved in Morongo.
Oh, that's true.
It's harder on the vehicles. You're bouncing around the big old equipment. It's just not.
Brakes are out again.
Yeah.
Alignment's out again.
Yeah, it's for real.
So it wasn't worth really targeting that market. Basically.
No, and we kept the vans down here at that time, so we were commuting with our vehicles because those are gas guzzlers, So.
Oh, sure.
For sure.
Because you have equipment inside of those
Equipment,
vans.
yeah, and they're big old vans, and they're full of chemicals, and
That must
it's a lot of
be
weight.
fun if one ever breaks down.
And they do break down. So
yeah. That's
the motors inside break down too. So
Oh my gosh. Okay, so then at that point, 2007, 2008 hits, and then what did you do?
well, I not only financially was it a shitty day. Sorry, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please do.
All
We
right.
invite you to cuss.
I got really sick, so I was playing football, semi-pro football, being dumb, but I got a bad infection on my leg. I got tackled on the baseball part of the field, the dirt, and it was road rash, and it got infected, and I got really sick. So for about 5 or 6 weeks, I was on antibiotics, and it fucked me up. I finally got rid of the infection. And my ear started ringing.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh shit. And I just, financially, I was hurting then. I had a house. I was going to lose a house. Gas prices were shocked. I was like, and me and Gretchen just started talking about this time, like a little before this. And she's like,
Gretchen, your wife now.
Yeah. Shout out to Gretchen. Love you, babe. Yeah, she offered to let me stay she was in Denver. She was going to college out there. She had a little studio out there. She's all, come live with me. I was like,
That's right. She did move out there.
say no more. I got on a plane and I left California.
Wow.
No
What year
way.
was this?
2008, 9.
2008 or 9.
So then your brother kept the business?
Yeah, so I worked out. I was like, dude, I got to take care of myself. I'm not healthy right now.
I need a reboot. Basically.
Yeah.
I'm in bad shape. And he said, no problem. I worked out. I forwarded the phones to Denver. So if you were calling for carpet cleaning in Palm Desert, you were calling Denver.
Call center.
Targeted in the call center.
Yeah.
Right? Uh-huh.
And we worked out something. I got like $150 a week just to answer phones. And I did that for him, and he continued to work the business.
It's worth something. Did he end up hiring somebody to take your place, kind of?
No, it got so slow. It got so slow. He did all of it, and we had some van payments. We really just shaved a lot of the business down. We had some loans out. We just took care of.
Time to pivot.
Yeah, we had to
Right?
slim down.
Absolutely.
Strap that.
Strap that up.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you were in Denver. Right? And then how did you end up back in the desert? Because the desert always
It calls you back.
calls you
Yeah.
back. Bobby
So-
came back too.
So I was getting better out there. I was feeling better, but I was still having some problems with my ear. So I was coming back for doctor visits. Every now and then I'd fly back. And on one of those visits, Jake just came up and said, I'm done. I was like, what? You're getting burnt out? You want me to jump out there and clean carpets? He's like, no, I'm done. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to get a job somewhere where there's a corporation. I'm going to move up the ladder. They have health care. They have stocks. And so he went and got a job at Home Depot. And I was
my
like,
gosh.
oh, shit.
He was done with the business.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it anymore, and it's a grind. It can, you know, you guys know it's
You never stop working,
You
and
don't.
that's like physical labor too.
it is, and so we pivoted, and yeah, we worked something out. So I became the
So you said, "Hey, Gretchen,
not coming back, babe. Sorry.
really?
Now in the business, hey, we got work to do.
Hey,
And
wow,
it's-
So where did you live? If
I got a cheap place in Morongo. I mean,
oh, so you still went back out there, and then
well, I think I flew out one more time, got my stuff and flew back out and started running a cheap little studio in Morongo.
so you were still doing the commute then.
Hmm. Yeah, down there.
So who was
Yeah.
answering your phones?
I was the whole time. I was the
So you're doing everything. At
Just like he does today.
At this time, yeah, at this time, and now it's go time. And I saw that my mom and Dean got burnt out. Jake got burnt out. I got burnt out. So my whole approach when I first got the business was, I'm not gonna burn myself out. I'm gonna do like 1-2 jobs a day. And that's it. And back then, for me, I didn't have a lot of overhead. It was like $300 a day. It's like, I'm fine. I could do this forever.
Right.
Yeah.
I was off by 12 o'clock. I was drinking by 2 or 3. I'm
Yes.
good,
Living the
man.
life, man.
I was happy, and it was working perfect until it wasn't. And
what year was this now? So you take over the business. You're
2010-ish, 2011.
You're doing $300 a day, feeling good, being living your best life, and then
Loving it, yeah.
And then
We
what
didn't have a lot of
happens?
bills. I was still living pretty cheaply. Didn't have a house yet,
And you hit some bumps in the road? Was there a bumpy road?
well, it kind of, so that first year 2, year 3, I did really well, and I got hit with a big tax bill. Like,
Well, it sounds
Tax
like
will
our
do
story.
dirty.
Yeah.
it caught me slipping. Like, I didn't have all the money in the bank account. I was like, oh, so I had to set up payments. So I started setting up payments. My mom gave me the stubs. She says, just pay them on the due dates. So I was doing that, and then like 3 months after that, my truck mount went out. So I had to total rebuild the motor and the truck mount, not the car motor, the truck mount. And now I can't. Now I'm out of
work
business
without that, right?
It's done. So I had to pivot money from taxes to get that. I have to get that up.
Right,
I'm done.
that's every day.
I have to get that up.
Bread and butter.
About this time was going on, I asked Gretchen to marry me. So we had a wedding to save up.
Plan. Oh, geez, you like to throw all kinds of.
All of a sudden,
Like a full
$300
plate.
a day
Yeah.
was not. It was
Not
not
gonna work.
It's not working, and so we got the wedding through, and then we got pregnant quick, and I needed a car now, SUV. I needed a family.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let me take my baby away from the van.
No, you can't.
From the
you can't
hospital.
You can't put the car seat in the van. Man.
No, so I had to. Now it was go time. So I was like, all right. I started to really start to sell and work past one. I started to do 3-4 jobs a day, and it was starting to generate more money. And but I needed a vehicle, and it was tough because I wasn't using credit back then. I didn't have credit score because I wasn't using it. I didn't have a bad one, but I wasn't using it. So I went to the dealership, and they wanted to give me like 14% interest rate on a car.
Oh.
I was like, I can't do that. That's terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
That's a no. And so I'm like, what am I going to do? I got a baby coming, and shout out to Mom again. I asked her, and she had a car that she wasn't using, and it was Lexus IS350. Nice car, fast car, not a family car.
Yeah.
I got a car seat in there. If you push that seat all the way forward on the passenger side, and worked out something with her, so I started paying her for that. And yeah, so this is all leading up to something, because so I got the car, it's sitting in the driveway, I wasn't paying attention to it, and for a couple of weeks, Gretchen's got a truck, I got a van, I'm working a lot, and all of a sudden Gretchen's water's breaking, it's go time. We got the bag pack, we got the route we're taking, we jump in that car, and we're driving, and I start to hear a grinding sound.
Wow, really? On the way to the hospital?
And it wasn't Gretchen.
I looked over at her, and she's just like, she's very calm, doing her breathing, and I turn, like I can feel the grind in this. It's like low profile rim, so I couldn't tell when I jumped in the car, but when I was driving it, it was grinding, and I could feel it through. So I turned up the music a little bit, and I look over. Holy shit! I got a baby coming. I'm going down 111, and I'm on the rim.
Wow.
I'm on the rim driving to the hospital. And so I'm thinking, like, who can I call? What's going on? Like, what are my options, right? And I was like, I'm going to drive this thing until
the wheels fall off.
I'm going in, coming in hot. So I make it into that hospital roundabout thing. Get Gretchen.
Sparks.
Yeah, right? I could just picture it.
Pull the door open and get Gretchen in the
delivery room area.
They put it right in the
wheelchair
and take her away, and I was like, all right, we're good. I go park it in the closest parking spot I can find. We have a baby. Connor comes way late at night. It was a long delivery, like 2-3 in the morning, and I wake up that morning. I wake up to some notifications. Oh shoot, stuff's hit my bank account, not getting paid. So I pull up the app and I got $0.
Oh my God. The day your son was born?
The day my son was born.
That's pretty much. Your kids take all your money.
Yeah, I mean,
Zero.
you get used to it,
He
right?
was already.
Kids take all your money.
Dude, I was tripping. I was just like,
Was it the tax man?
Yeah.
IRS
Took it right out.
your account?
Yep, just took it out because I had been missing those payments
To get the car.
to get the car, and I finished the truck mount payments, and I was just trying to juggle everything.
Oh
and
my gosh. Stressful.
So you're starting.
now
starting
I
to
gotta get
zero.
my shit together.
Yeah,
Like, this is
Yeah, Gretchen, remember Better or Worse?
yeah.
During our vows.
Yeah, we were in it, and so I got on the phone, and the IRS was super nice. Whoever I talked to, the guy was really cool. He was just like, yeah. I told him, I'm like, I just had a baby. I need some gas money to get home. I got a flat tire, and he's like, don't worry about it. We're gonna give you half your money back, and then we're gonna set up.
Wow, they gave you half your money back?
Half it back and set up payments. And he said, you have to have money in there because those are coming out no matter what. I go, you're the best, dude. Like, and I think it was only like
God.
So you got
$4
the right
grand.
agent, man.
Yeah, so I gave me $2,000 back, and it was.
It's like a little lifeline.
So I have a question because are you a sole proprietor? Were you?
I am a sole
incorporated?
prop. Yeah.
Okay.
I still am. I got to come see Bobby. I've been putting that off.
No, but this is what we talk about. When Bobby and I first started, you have to, right, you're supposed to pay yourself, what is it? You know what it is, 12 and a half and 12 and a half.
Oh, the self-employment tax? Yeah, so if it's a sole prop, you're subject to self-employment tax, which is around 20%, little give or take. So you know, because you do it every year, you have your Schedule C and you got to pay in. So basically, you're paying all the FICA and the Medicare when you do your tax return at the end of the year. So Josh is in no hurry to do his tax return every year. I think probably since you started your business, right? Because you're used to having to pay the self-employment tax. So,
so now I'm prepared, but back then I was not, and it was a learning. It was a learning.
We were not prepared either. I mean, we got hit with a pretty nice bill too that first year because we had no idea. These are things they don't teach you in school, right? You know, it's like you have to learn by trial and error.
Because the first year I had a lot of deductions, startup costs, and it made more sense. And then that third year, so I didn't have no cost really, and it was like.
You're like, oh, I forgot I better make up some costs.
I must have went to sushi too many times that year or something because I didn't have it when they came. They came knocking. So
so you're okay. The IRS gives you a lifeline.
Is
that like your
very cool? It was very nice.
Your aha moment, like
that
this hard and
I was over. Yeah, at that time I was like, I need new equipment.
How did you get home? We took the sun bus.
So I got there's a gas station right across the street from, like, catty corner, not across the street, but like right around the corner from the hospital there in Palm Springs. I roll up there, and it's off the bead. And I'm like, I go in, I go like, dude, I need a tire. Can I? Oh, we don't sell tires here. And the lady in the front was like super mad, like basically tell me you got get out of here. You know what I mean? And then the mechanic heard the whole conversation. He goes, let me go look at it. And he saw it, and he's like, I think I can get it on the bead. And he put a lot of spray in there, and he lit a match, and it went, poof, and it went back on the rim, and he filled it up. Yeah, he's you got a slow leak. And I was like, looking on the tire, he's all, I can't find it. He's all, I bet you it's in the rim. So I had a crack in the rim, apparently. But it got me home.
Got you home.
Yeah.
That was good news.
Yeah, so it was like the
IRS giving your money back.
And then that guy, I was so thankful. That guy, I was like, dude, I'm gonna come clean your carpet, your furniture in your house. Here's my card. And sure enough, he called me up like 2 weeks later. I hooked him up. Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Good on that favor.
Nice.
Yeah.
That integrity, I love it.
Yeah, it was.
That's good karma, man.
Yeah, he saved me. So.
So you were at this inflection point, new son,
Yep.
new business, well, kind of new business, right?
Yeah.
So when did you decide, okay, I'm just going to go, I'm going to go all in on this and really make it work and make it profitable and make it so I can take care of my family?
That day, I told myself I'm gonna grind as hard as I can because this can't happen. Like I got a family to like protect financially. Like
Right.
this can't happen. So I remember my stepdad Dean telling me a long time ago, because he built the business up to like 5 vans, and when they were running, but they got burnt out. But he told me, if you really want to make a lot of money, just don't say no. If someone asks you to clean some windows that you don't normally do, just say yes. If they want you to clean Saltillo pavers, just say yes. You know how to do pavers. You know how to do windows. I know you don't like to do them, but just do it. And I didn't realize why that was so important at the time. I just thought it was like extra money. I'm not completely booked. Sure, it gives me more money, but what it really did was it opened up new opportunities.
Revenue streams, right?
New
now you got
revenue
money coming
stream.
in from.
Yeah, but now on Saturday morning when I scheduled that window cleaning, the neighbor saw me cleaning. He wants the window clean. And then he finds out I'm doing carpets. So he's like, all right, let's do, can you do my carpets? I'm doing his carpets. And he likes the way it came out. And he's like, I got 7, 8 vacation properties in the desert. I want you to clean them all. And then they usually have a property manager that, does theirs. And then they go get a job somewhere else. And now that one window cleaning turned into all this other revenue because I said yes to something I didn't want to do. So shout out to Dean, because he was the one that told me that a long time ago.
Really? So then is that how you started adding tile to your name?
Yeah, so the original name was Carpet Care Company, and they just did dry cleaning, and then they got up to steam cleaning, and then they started to do tile, so they added tile to the name, so it became the Carpet and Tile Care Company.
So what's the difference between a dry cleaning and, I mean, obviously I know it's steam, but what's
it's still in the industry. They call it VLM, very low moisture cleaning. So basically they're going to take a cleaning agent and put it across the carpet, and they're going to use a buffing machine. It's not the best cleaning.
Got it.
It really isn't, but for certain types of sky rises and hotels where you can't get a truck mount in there,
it'll work.
It'll work, and it makes it look better.
Sure.
But it's not as good as a steam cleaning.
Have you ever told people this should not be clean, just get rid of it and start over?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm ready to, that's what I basically told
know, right?
you
You
before the
gotta run
show.
into that.
Right? The cost, you got to start weighing the cost. I'm going to be here 8 hours. This is time to go. Like, you got to, and then they'll try to tell me, I'll just clean it. It cleans up good, and I'm just like, no, you got to.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So now, do you have anybody that works for you? Yes, correct?
Yeah, so it's still family-run business. Eli, my youngest brother, who was born when I was in high school, so now he's now like 26, 27. He's working, he's running the other van. He's actually my lead tech. He does the majority of the work.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm in the office, again, trying to get back in that office half the time, but I get out there and I catch all the stuff, because I have stuff that comes in that needs to be done the same day. It's just...
So you're like the emergency or the go-to guy on the quick turnover stuff.
Yeah, and then when he can't work, of course, I jump in, and then we alternate weekends, because sometimes we got to work on the weekends. We try not to, but commercial accounts come in. They're, the office is full Monday through Friday.
Yes.
You gotta say yes, right?
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
Have you done any murder scenes?
Oh man, when I was young, I think it
was.
Yeah, I remember it was a blood scene, like a big. They had
What?
something over it, and it was weird. It was like, I was just young, maybe 19. I was like, whatever. I'm cleaning. Well, there's a lot of blood right here.
Wow,
and,
like that, huh?
Yeah, and at the time it was fine. I didn't think about it, but looking back at it, I sometimes think about that, because they had people mourning outside while I was cleaning.
Oh yeah.
Why were they mourning? Like, why were they just standing there with coffee?
And they don't have to tell you that you're cleaning up blood? Isn't that like a hazardous material or something?
That's true, right?
I mean, isn't
Hazmat
that-
They didn't
suit.
tell.
Yeah,
They didn't tell me until I got there, and I just started cleaning
You
it
just
up.
did what you were told. He told me to clean this.
Yeah,
I'm
I just
cleaning
didn't
this.
even. I was too young and dumb. I was just 19, 20. It was a long time ago. It was when we first got a truck mount. And,
Very crazy.
A long time ago.
Okay,
so
I have another.
I hope not.
I have
hope.
another crazy question. No, it's not too crazy. What happened when COVID hit and people were scared of being around people?
That really had to affect
So
the business, right?
I was prepared for it to slow down, batten up the hatches. I was getting ready, and that first month it was slow, and I was like, all right. But I remember 2008, so I was built for it. I can slim it down, and I can survive for a long time if it shuts down.
Well, and you probably have more money at this point,
More-
and you're
yeah.
probably being smarter about money, right?
Yeah, I'm still
too?
being very cautious about how much debt I have every month to come up
Sure.
with, and I have the set rules, and I abide by that. And I was prepared for it to slow down, but the second month, I think April,
You're like,
it blew up so much. I could not keep up with it.
you know why? Because everybody was home.
Yeah, everybody was sick of looking at that.
Everybody was-
I don't know
dirty
what it
couch
was.
That's what it was.
I was, both vans were maxed. I couldn't catch it all. I tried my best.
Wow.
Oh
I
my
could not catch it all.
God.
It was
Wow.
crazy. And
Well, that's what, our business boomed. I mean, I can't tell you.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you
our
were on
sales-
it too? Yeah,
Oh,
you-
yeah. Tile sales went through the roof.
like crazy numbers, right? Like,
Everybody.
Crazy.
Like, they were
Yeah.
saying you can't even compare those numbers to any other P&L
yeah.
year because it was just ridiculously crazy.
I was like, if this stays like this forever, this is gonna.
You're going,
I was making
You're like, I'm
big
retiring
plans.
early
Yeah,
after this, right?
I almost bought a third van that year because it was so busy. I wasn't. I don't like not catching everything.
Right.
And I was letting stuff go, and I was like, I got to expand. And shout out to Billy Hayes. I went down to Ford. I started getting that third van running, and some just told me,
like, let me just.
Like,
I'm
this
gonna
is
hold
this
off.
Not,
I'm gonna-
this is not real. It's not going to sustain, right?
Yeah. I remember 2008 when the run up in prices, and I waited just to see it. I'm glad I did because it did get slow after.
Sure.
It went slow down, but now it's speeding back up. Right now it's
Right now you're super busy,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Yeah. So I think it's just a repeat. It's like goes in cycles, right?
yeah, it's really weird, right? It's
So, are you going to add carpet, tile, and windows to your name?
maybe Windows. So after you get busy, you have to really streamline it, and I'd have to hire a whole new van just
Yeah.
to do Windows only
do
because we're
It's a
so
big
full.
business.
Yeah.
Windows is big
Especially
business.
out here, right? Because you have these big old massive,
Yeah.
indoor outdoor spaces.
Gotta have
with these
ladders.
Massive
Yeah.
windows.
Oh, yeah.
Different windows, different screens. Some of those screens are tough to get off.
Oh,
like,
that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
and
That's a nightmare.
Yeah,
You're
you got to have a
I
whole.
clean windows, but only on the inside.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, and you have to have like soft water systems, so you're not just putting calcium water on the window. It's a whole process.
Yeah.
So we thought about it. Well, it's not out of the question.
Thinking about expanding into the next, next service. Right?
Yeah. It's the next thing would be water restoration or stone restoration. Those are like the two.
Areas that
Yeah.
you could dip into, yeah.
Yeah, I just I
Well,
never like doing that stuff.
stone is just a tricky thing, and then
The chemicals you use, and it's like stripper. You're using, and as you're breathing that stuff in, like
oh, that's true.
all the chemicals I use are pretty safe for the environment. There's not harsh. It's just a little pH adjustment and a little bit of an acid rinse, and it's good.
So you were saying you do saltillos? Do you
I used
do
to.
that? Because
no more.
they're a pain in the ass.
They are. It's rough work.
Yeah.
You're stripping, you're scrubbing, you're cleaning, you're letting it dry, and then you're doing coats of acrylic sealer. I could do it, but I one of my least favorite
Do you
jobs.
price it to where it's like make it worth
$5,
your while?
$6 an
yeah,
hour,
like
yeah.
you got to price it to make it worth your time, right?
I have a form that says the truth about saltillos, and it's true. They're cheap on the front end and expensive
Yeah.
on the back end.
Yeah,
and they're a pain.
People
in the
don't
ass.
realize, because
Yeah.
the acrylic, the dirt gets embedded, and the only way to get that dirt up is to get that acrylic off. It's like nails, right? That you got to strip it all the way down and then rebuild it. So
Yep.
it's
That's a good analogy. I like that.
yeah.
You can use that. That-
Yeah, no, we used to do them a lot, and a lot. And Dean was very good at saltillos. He taught me how to do everything, and I just don't like doing it.
Yeah.
But
So we use you exclusively, and we have an Airbnb. So he just came and cleaned our master bedroom couch and the rug in there. So don't know. You'll be getting a bill.
I'll be getting a bill. Awesome.
Bill Bobby.
I think it's scheduled to go out tomorrow morning.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, and this guy never misses a bill.
I got a system. I got a
love
system
you.
down.
Awesome.
When it hits, it
He's
goes
a
out.
businessman. You can't miss an invoice.
Yeah.
But is Airbnb like a big part of what you're seeing
It's
in
ramped
your
up.
business now?
I would say about 40% is
Oh, wow.
short-term rentals.
And that's just consistent. You want those accounts, right? Because they're consistent. And
and we adjust the pricing because a lot of times they don't need a full clean. They need a refresh kind of deals because the guests kind of mess something up, and then they just need a sofa spot cleaned. It's the tickets are a little smaller, and you usually don't have to do the whole house. So, but we're set up to do it.
You can get there
cater to
quickly
it.
and
Yeah,
do it
very
real quick.
very quick. And
See, that's perfect, especially in this market, right? Because I mean, we're going into season where it's just all Airbnbs in our valley this time of year.
The check-ins are at 4, so you gotta get it done before then. So you got to be ready to catch it as it comes in. That's the trick with those is gotta be ready.
Got to get in there, absolutely.
It's all timing, right?
Yeah,
it's all timing.
So how do you make time for family? Because you do a lot of football.
It's tough, man.
Raider fans here.
During COVID, I got yelled at a lot. Like, I don't work weekends. I try my best not to work weekends. My brother will work weekends, but I try to give him the weekends off.
Oh, Jake is back?
No, Eli, younger brother. I will use Jake though. Shout out Jake. He owns High Desert Carpet and Tile in the High Desert.
Back in the business now?
Yeah, he got out. He got
done
done with Home Depot and came to his senses and opened his zone up there.
That's awesome.
Now I'm trying to get Eli to open his zone somewhere else. Like I'm
branch off, huh?
Yeah.
But then you're gonna have to hire
then
somebody
you gotta
else.
find somebody to replace.
I know it's tough. You guys probably know it's tough to find someone that you trust with your life, right?
Because you got so you're still answering all your phones, right?
Yeah, I feel like the face of the company is super important. I feel
absolutely. People love calling and be able to talk to the.
That's probably the last thing I'll give up is that phone. I've done it the whole time, forever.
Yeah.
And if I hire someone or there's services that call me, they want to do it. They want to like set it up and they'll send me my jobs and email my clients. And I'm like, I'm the face. Like
because you have to also know what kind of, I would imagine you're like qualifying these people and really knowing what you're getting when you go there.
Yeah, correct? And they want estimates, and I know the models of the house. I know the location, like where they live, roughly. So I know about how big those houses are. So the people out of the area aren't going to know that stuff, and I just don't. Every time that phone rings, it's an opportunity, and I just take it seriously. I don't think. I know. I'm not going to give that up. But I'll give everything else up except maybe payroll because I like payroll.
There you go. More power to you, man.
Yeah. You're going to do payroll at Bobby's office.
I thought about it.
More power to you, man.
Yeah.
More if you
it's a good job. I love it, man.
It's always changing, right?
That's
and me, I'm like, numbers. Ugh.
Yeah, Fina doesn't want to touch it at all.
Soothing.
Thanks.
Yeah. You like the design stuff.
I want to make things pretty.
Yeah. Which I'm not good at, so that'd be a nightmare for me.
You make my carpets pretty.
Yeah. No, it is soothing. I like to. It's like painting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of therapeutic.
Yeah.
It has its
I don't see it.
I don't do it anymore, so I don't know. So we have people way better than me doing it now.
That's dope.
Yeah. So we're getting up towards our time here, but we always like to ask our entrepreneurs a couple questions at the end of the show.
Okay.
So first question, best business advice you've ever gotten?
Probably from Dean, my stepdad, saying if you really want to make money, just don't say no.
Don't say no.
Mm-hmm. You're going to put yourself into situations where you might not be comfortable, but if you trust yourself to get them done and know you can, you're going to get them done, and it's going to lead to opportunities later down the road. So
absolutely,
don't say no, people.
You got to be a little thirsty,
especially when you're starting, right?
Yeah,
don't say no.
Exactly. You get full, you're super full. You got to kind of pick and choose what you can do with your 8 hours a day.
Absolutely. And what's worth it. And I'm sure you get phone calls that are like red flags and you're like, oh, forget this.
Yeah, I've been doing enough. Yeah. So
that's when you're starting, that's a great rule to follow.
Yeah.
I know I did it too. I'm like, how do I do this tax return? Well, I'll Google it and figure it out real quick.
Yeah.
Because I need this sale, right?
Yeah.
And you figure it out, right?
Yeah.
And if you're good at what you do, you figure it out, and you'll do just as good as
having someone rely on you to do something. It just makes you get it done.
Right.
True.
Right. So good advice. I think we've all done that here. Okay. Last question for you. Worst piece of business advice you've gotten?
Worst piece.
Saying yes to everything.
Yeah. Pretty much. No, I got talked into doing some advertisement. You know those golf course little magazines?
Oh yeah, the country club ones.
Yeah, they're like 13 country clubs. I'm sure they work for some people, but I lost $4,000. I didn't get no calls.
No call. $4,000.
Yeah, not one call.
Yeah,
Zero.
Yeah,
I was like, is something broke? Like, you guys drop these off, or do I gotta go to these? But I'm
Did
sure.
it ever go out?
Yeah, that's right. So that was a fast
That was
tax
a
write off.
learning experience,
Yeah,
right?
I kind of had a feeling because I know my clientele. Not a lot of golf guys call me for their carpets. It's usually the old ladies taking care of their house. Those are my clients.
Well, and I'll always go back to what you've always said to me. Kids and pets keep you in
Yes,
business.
kids and pets. There you go.
Jesus, how many times have I called you for that? Guys, damn dogs.
Keep me in business,
Yeah,
100%.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's the lifeline of your business,
Yeah,
huh? It's kids and pets.
That's it.
So word to the wise out there: somebody's offering you a $4,000 ad.
Yeah.
At a golf club.
Think
Maybe
about it.
Yeah, you might want to just stick to social media. And
there's
do
smarter ways.
Boost a post or something like that.
Or
right?
if somebody's having a baby, give them a gift card.
Yeah.
Carpet cleaning.
That's right.
Yeah.
So where can our, we've heard a lot of good information on home, services businesses. Where can our audience kind of reach out to you or find your work? Or
Just the website, carpet care, all one word, .co.
Yeah, do you have an Instagram or a social? You do any of that stuff?
I probably have an Instagram. No, I just have a Facebook. The Carpet and Towel Care Company.
Okay, so people, we can vouch for his work. Me and Fina been using Josh for years, and he does excellent
I
work,
appreciate that. Thank you.
I would
absolutely.
not use you again if you were not.
I believe it. I believe it, Fina.
Yeah, she would tell you if she
I
didn't
know.
like it.
I know.
You know my wife.
Yeah.
She's very opinionated.
We always
so.
try our hardest. So
No, and he doesn't. He's gotten some stains out of our couches with our stupid dogs, and
Yep.
I can attest, like it's a brand new couch. So, guys, look him up. He's best in the valley of what he does, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. If you found some value in this, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on the show.
thank you.